What up, peeps? Happy Friday. I am coming to you with a Q&A video. So if you're new, welcome to my channel. Be part of the Pompey gang. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into the video. I'm super excited. On my social media, my Facebook and my Instagram, I made a post and I said if you have any questions, I am willing to give you some answers. And so I've got some questions from some people and I want to get right into this because I don't know how long it's going to be. It's not going to be this long. I woke up extra early because I wanted to get you guys a video this week about that. I put a goal. I said I want to do this, this, and this. And it's Friday. I got up early. That's why my eyes look like, oh! I got up early, got all ready, and I want to come to you with a video. Then I've got some things to package up, and we're going to have a good Friday. And it's going to be a great start to the weekend. So, on the side note, real quick, I'm so happy. 2 milestones happened this week. I made 3,000 followers on my Instagram, which is like, what? 3,000 people are following me? If you're not following me on my Instagram, my hashtag, my tag, I guess, I don't know, my profile name, whatever it is Pompey Ashley. And of course, my Poshmark is Ashley Pompey. My channel is Ashley Pompey, so you're gonna find me somewhere. So 3,000 followers. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And this morning I'm so excited because my mind is like literally blown and I'm trying to still process it. I've sold over 1,500 items on Poshmark, and like, what? You know, I made a video. I've been reselling over a year, a little over a year. So I'm so mind blown. This is like huge for me. When I started, I would have never thought, and that's what has it like crazy, because I would have never thought I never would have imagined it would have got this big. And I'm so grateful. I'm thankful to God that this all happened. And it's not really about money. It's doing something that I like to do. And I might get into that with one of the questions. But I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. And I think it was last week, I paid off a credit card. Right now, I only have one credit card in my name that I can pay off. So I'm super excited. Dale has his financial part that he's doing with his credit cards, and he's doing his thing. But my goal is to pay off my debt. I'm so excited because, I mean, every day is one step closer to being debt-free. And then I'll be able to, like, travel. I want to get another car for I have my SUV, but I want a kind of a daily driver car, and something for Sophie to start practicing driving on. So that's going to be in the works, but I want to pay off some debt. Credit is super important, and I just want to have a good credit score. So enough about all that. I just had to give you a quick update about what's going on in my life and my good news. So, all right, let's get into that. The question and answers. Now, disclaimer, I am no expert, okay? I've been doing this for a little over a year, and I can just tell you what has worked for me. So everybody has their different strategies. Everybody has their different things that they do, but I'm just saying this works for me, and this is how I'm going to answer the questions in what I've experienced, what I've done. This is what's worked for me. So it may be right, it may be wrong, but this works for me. Everybody else, they have their own thing. This works for me. All right. So the first question, how do you get started? When we tried, we didn't make any sales. What are we doing wrong? So this is kind of like a two-part question. How do you get started? First, what I would say, getting started doing Poshmark, you kind of want to see what's going to be best for you, okay? And by that, I mean, okay, are you doing it because you want to get rid of stuff in your house? Are you doing it because you want to make a lot of money? What is your reason for doing Poshmark? So when you define your clear reason for why, then you can answer that question. So how do you get started? If you're doing it to clear out your closet, then I would say you'd probably be doing it at a leisurely pace. So by that, you would pick out your items that you find that you want to sell. You would make sure there's no rips, there's no holes or no stains, that they're in style, they're in season. And by that, you got to do your research. So just because you have like a t-shirt, like an old Hollister t-shirt, like 5 years ago, Hollister t-shirt does that mean that it will sell on Poshmark? You don't know. You need to research and see. And by researching, you can go onto the Poshmark website, type in what you're going to be selling, and search like the sold items. And then you'll see, is there anything comparable to what you have that you're trying to sell? And that is called comps. So number one, I would do that first. See if your item that you have is going to be good to sell on Poshmark. Now, with that being said, there's other platforms that you can sell on. And this is what, you know, it may not work for Poshmark, but it may be a great item for Mercari. It may be a great item for eBay. It may be a good item for Depop. The reselling market is very broad, okay? So like kids clothes, for me, I'm just saying for me, they don't do very well on Poshmark, but there is an app called Kidizen that, you know, people have, and they have great success. I downloaded the Kidizen, but I haven't tried it because after I saw that, you know, things aren't selling for me on Poshmark for children's clothes per se, I took it to a buy-sell trade store. So I got rid of the kids' clothes that I got, and so I came out even. So I guess my thing is get a clear definition of like what it is that you're trying to sell. If you've got a lot of shoes, you know, shoes might do great on Poshmark. Again, check out the things that sold before. And you can also do that on Mercari. You can do that on eBay. You can check out comps, and that's what they're called. They're called comps, seeing what sold. So if you have items, you know, if you don't see your item and it's sold for a couple dollars on Poshmark, go to Mercari and check that out. So how do you get started selling? So that would be my first tip. Number one, see what you have, get a clear definition of what it is that you're trying to sell. Then if you wanted to get started on Poshmark, Poshmark is a great very user-friendly app. I use it on my phone. You know, I have it on my computer, but I do everything for my phone. So how you would get started, you would get your picture, make sure, again, that it's in good condition. Then you would have a good background, and particularly as resellers, we like white backgrounds so somebody can see the item very clear. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. I am in my she shed. This is Dale's background, and it is a background that he got as a shower curtain from Walmart. So how to get started, you are going to have to invest you're going to have to invest some things in your Poshmark business. And I'm speaking about Poshmark, or I can say any platform. So we can make this broad. We can go to eBay, we can do to Mercari. You're going to want a good background for your pictures. Some people do flat lays. I particularly don't do those because it just takes too much time. Like they have super cute flat lays. They put all their stuff together. I don't have time for that. I just want to hang it up and keep on going. Now I had a dress form, a mannequin, which I used in the beginning. I used that, but now I don't. I don't like it. I mean, not necessarily I don't like it. It takes time to get everything perfect and room. And I'm in a rhythm that I just hang the things up. I have a hanging mannequin. I sometimes use that. But you'll find different ways how you want to do your presentation. So with that, you can be as creative as you want. You can do, the sky's the limit on that. So presentation is really number two, how you're going to present your item and what's going to be appealing to somebody's eye if they want to purchase that. Now, if it's wrinkled and looks dirty, you might pass on that. So that's another thing. Get a steam cleaner. And that's another investment. I have it's called a Salave. It's right in front of me. A steam cleaner that I purchased on Walmart's website online, and it came to my house like 2 days. So works so good, and we use it, and it knocks out the wrinkles. It makes your item that you're posting look very nice, pressed, clean, and professional. So that is another investment. And if you look on my other videos, I have a top 10 resellers as a top 10, I don't know, it's a resellers tools must have. So check out that video, and it'll go into depth about doing things like a lint roller. You know, do you have any animals? You know, does they have a smell? There's so many things that you want to do to make a good presentation, to have a good quality that you want to ship out. And that takes work, you know, having something steamed and pressed and looks good, that takes some work. So number one, ask yourself, do you have the time to do that? You know, do you have the time to do all these things. Then after you figure out that your item that you have, that you know, it's sold and it might be something that you want to sell, then on Poshmark, it's so user-friendly. You take your pictures, you do your description, and you upload it. Now, Poshmark is you have to be very involved. You can't post something and then forget it and not mess with it again. Poshmark, in order for your item to be back on top and to be seen in the search menu, you have to keep on sharing. And we say share your closet. So you have to share your closet multiple times a day, you know, to kind of be successful. I started out sharing my closet like at least 3 times a day. That's what I would suggest, at least 3 times a day. And you have to invest in the time to make that work. So hopefully that's answered your question. How do you get started? That's a good step. These are good examples of how to get started, to see if this is going to be even for you. Because you know what? A lot of people don't realize this takes a lot of time. All the resellers, you know, the time that we have to put in. Like, I work a full-time job. I have a daughter. I go to church. I do all these things, but I make the time for my business because I want it to work. So I'm constantly sourcing. I'm constantly listing. I try to list at least 10 items a day. And, you know, sometimes I might miss a day because, you know what? Sometimes you just want to just relax. So, you know, I don't do it every day. Every other day, I try to do it at least every other day. I try to post items. So that's taking time. That takes time to take the pictures. It takes time to organize the inventory. It takes time. So before you get started, do you have the time to put into your business to make it work? Because you're going to get out what you put in. And I put in a lot of hard work. I'm not even going to lie. I put in so much hard work in my business to make it successful. And, you know, God is good. It's been like it's blown my mind. I've sold over 1,500 items. So I put in the hard work. If you see me, you know I'm constantly marketing on my social media. I'm constantly sourcing. I'm constantly listing. I'm constantly posting. I'm constantly trying to keep this thing going because you can't sell what you don't list. So that's another thing. You can't sell what you don't list. So if you decide that this is really for you, you're going to have to dedicate your time to list, to post, to make it successful. And we didn't make any sales. So what are you doing wrong? Are you putting in the time? Because this is a part-time hustle. Some people do this full-time. It really is on the part-time hustle. It is like another full-time job. So are you using this business as another full-time job to make that, you know, that money? And, you know, another thing, people don't realize, how Poshmark takes a fee of your item. So you put in all the hard work, you've bought the item, say you're trying to sell it for $10, okay? Say you have this shirt, you're trying to sell it for $10. After everything's said and done, you're going to get like $7.05 if you don't do a shipping discount. If you give somebody a $2.11 shipping discount, your profit's going to be like $4.93. So ask yourself, is this even going to be worth it? Yes and no, you know, it just depends. Like, how much did it cost you? If it cost you free, then that $5, under $5 is better than anything. But you got to ship it. See, that's some more time. Like, it's like a whole thing, and it may seem like a lot, but when you start doing it, it's okay. Once you start doing it, you'll get into the rhythm and you'll just keep on going. But after you make your first sale, it is like, wow, I did something right. And then the whole time after you ship it, you know, the buyer has 3 days to accept that package, that item. And in that 3 days, they can make a case on you. Say they got it and there might be a small hole on there. They can make a case on you. Poshmark agrees with their case, and then boom, they send the item back to you, and then you don't get paid. You don't get the money. So, you know, you've got the pros and cons to everything. So that can be a con. You know, you're doing all this hard work, you're putting all this in there, you made sure everything looks good. Somebody didn't like it, they found a flaw in that, and then you have a case against you. So it's pros and cons. Do your research, you know. That's the number. Do your research. Look on YouTube. There's so many free. There's so many groups that are out there for resellers, and, you know, do your own research on stuff, you know, do what's best for you. I've done research. I follow YouTubers. I follow Instagrammers. Like, I am constantly doing my research on there to improve my business. So that's what you got to do. You got to start, if you want to do this, you've got to start with the mindset of, this is my business. I want to succeed at my business. So it's going to take some action on my end to make it successful. So what are we doing wrong? You know, all those scenarios I just gave you, check to see, you know, were you sharing your closet? Okay, another thing is people's prices. I've seen people price things that I'm just like, that's probably not going to sell. Because as a buyer, why would I spend $20 on a Walmart shirt? You know, some of the sellers, they have their own strategy. Again, I'm not knocking anybody's strategy. For me, I'm a buyer as well as a consumer. Actually, this little boho top and my boots that I'm wearing I bought those from Poshmark. So I'm not only a seller, I'm also a buyer. So, you know, that's another thing. What are you doing wrong? Maybe your prices were too high. You know, you gotta be reasonable. And again, you're gonna find comparables, comps. You're going to search the comps of what things sold for that match your item and price accordingly. So if something sold for $15 and if you mark it up to $40, is that item going to sell? I don't know. Probably not. But, you know, stranger things have happened. So check your prices. Your prices might be too high. And I see some people selling on there and I'll just like, that is way too high for your used pants. I don't know. I'm just like, that is just too high. I wouldn't buy it, but, you know, people will buy what they like. So, you know, everybody has their own strategy. So that's question number 1. Question number 2, inventory control. What is my inventory system? Inventory control. Let me tell you, I have over, I don't even know how many items I have, available items. It's over like 1,200. I'll put that out there. I don't know. It's like over 1,200. My inventory control system. Do you know if you don't have an inventory system, things will be out of control. Out of control. When I first started, I didn't have any inventory system. I started my she shed. I had boxes and I had just all my stuff in there. What? And when I made a sell, it was like I had to dig through each box and like, So now, as you learn, you evolve. That does not work. That takes up too much time. It's a whole hot mess. So what I do on my inventory, and I'll show you because I'm in the she shed and Dale does the same thing. We buy different baggies, okay? So this is an investment, and this is in my video too about my reseller must-have tools. We have these clear bags. And they fit for the most part for like your basic like t-shirt. You fold up your item after you take the picture. You fold it up and you put them in here. We put them in the bag. And then I have clear totes in my reseller shed. I have shelving and I have totes. And most of them are clear. But in those totes, like say I have a tote specifically for bras and swimsuits. So I know if I sell something, I know, boom, I have to go to this tote. So that makes it so much easier to find the items. Now, the bigger stuff I have hanging up, my coats, they're not going to fit in little plastic baggies. I hang those up. Jeans, I have those in a huge tote in the bottom of my shelf. Like, it's a huge tote. Fold them up, and all my jeans are in that tote. Shoes. I have my shoes. I sell a lot of shoes, boots, and stuff. So I have them in different totes. Like I'll have flats in one tote. I'll have heels in another tote. So that's how I do my inventory control. I break them out into first, like the little baggies. And these baggies serve too, which I've learned through the process of time. Like when you ship out something, you want to have that item protected like in a bag, because you never know if they're going to get damaged, like if it's raining or something. You kind of want to just do that extra little step to protect the item. And you know, it comes when somebody opens it up, they'll be like, oh, okay, cool. So that's my suggestion. That's how my husband and myself do. So yeah, if you don't get a handle on your inventory, it's going to be so hard to find. Like I have a tote specifically for graphic t-shirts. I just break up my inventory into categories. Like I even have I have like a couple plus size totes with tops. I have totes for dresses, or, you know, dresses are hung up. Like, you just have to make the room. So they can go back into question number 1, like, you know, your inventory, you can put that in there. And, you know, do you have room to store the items? I didn't have any room. Like, we have a house, we have a 2-bedroom house that was his grandmother's when she passed away. We bought it. So our house is not big. We have a garage, but that's Dale's Mopar stuff in there. So in May, if you see on there, you see my journey and my YouTube videos that we had a reseller shed built and delivered, and it's super cute. I love it, but I have ran out of room. Like, it's gotten too small. Like, my 1,000, I don't know, I think like 1,300, or I don't know how many items I have available. It is full. Like, it's with my inventory control, like, everything is full. Everything is definitely full to the brim. But, you know, I never would have thought that I've gotten this big. So Dale just made, if you saw our Instagram, he made a huge shelf for his inventory. Like, it's huge. He has in the garage, and he has like his totes again in there. So inventory control, you've got to invest in some kind of shelving, some kind of totes to be organized. That's going to be like the easiest way for you to find the items, is to be organized. So there's that. All right. Question number 3. When is the best day or time to send offers? Now, this is so funny. I just had this conversation with one of my Instagram friends. She was asking me questions, and you know what? Feel free to always ask me questions. Like, I'm no expert. I can just tell you where it works for me. So she was asking me about the offers to likers. When do I send those? My answer to that is immediately. If somebody likes, and let me tell you why. If somebody likes one of my items, okay, that means out of all the other people that they've checked on, they like my item. I send it out immediately because I'm going to offer them a deal. I'm going to give them at least 10% off and a shipping discount. And that more likely, like 95% of my sales comes from offers to likers. So I price my items very, very reasonable, very affordable. What I pay for them is low. I price, you know, very reasonable that everyday person can afford it. So I make wiggle room that I can have that 10% off and that shipping discount. So they're getting a good deal. I'm getting a sale. So I send those out immediately because, I want that potential buyer to buy my items. So I send out offers to likers immediately. There's not a specific day. There's not a specific time. It's if they're interested, if they like my item, boom, I'm going to send them that discount. Because also, again, I'm not only a seller, I'm a buyer on Poshmark. So if I like somebody's item, and if they send me that offer, 99.9%, I'm going to buy that item from them just because they sent me that deal. So I think that way I get that mindset of a buyer and a seller when I do my Poshmark. And, you know, and that might not be for everybody. Some people might do it once a week. For me, I'm just saying what's for me. I do it every time somebody likes my item. And it works good for me. So I've made, like I said, at least 95% of my sales are from offers to likers. So I do it nonstop. All right, last question. And this video is 24 minutes already, so I didn't know I could talk that much early in the morning. Yeah, I do. How do I know what to buy? Okay, so how do I know what to buy? I love to shop. I love to thrift. To me, it's like, it's a hunt. It's a treasure hunt. So I get excited when I go shopping. Like, I look for things that I like. I look for things that, you know, are quirky, that are vintage, that are just fabulous. Like, all across the board, I see something that's appealing to my eye that I'm going to buy it. And if it's a good price too. So that's what I know. I look into to see what's on trend. Like, that's something I'm always watching. What's on trend this season. So right now, animal print is in. Like, different white is in. Even though it's after Labor Day, white is in. So like there's different things I look on like Vogue, what's on trend. So I use that when I go shopping too. I think about that. I'm like, oh, okay, well this is on trend. I gotta pick that up. And I'll just say, like, well, the seasons too. Like right now it's fall, it's gonna get into winter, so sweaters are on trend. Like if I go shopping, like I'll specifically look at the sweaters, like, is this something cute? I love vintage. Vintage is like I love vintage. So when I see something vintage and if it's cute and if it's reasonable, I'm gonna pick it up. So vintage does very well for me. And I don't know, just like, how do I say, like, how do I know what to pick up? I just know from like what I like. I just get things that I know, like the brands too. Like, I don't know, where I'm at and where I go shopping, I'm not finding Louis Vuitton. I've never found, yes I have, take that back. I found some Louis Vuitton shoes that I sold. So that's very rare. I've never found anything Prada. I just recently found a Gucci purse that I need to get authenticated because I'm pretty sure it's real, but you never know. I gotta get it authenticated. But like that's like a 0 negative 5% chance that I'm gonna find something like expensive. So in your area, you're gonna know like what brands. Is it gonna be mall brands? You know, is it gonna be Ann Taylor? So you'll see what you can source. Then by sourcing, like what you can find when you go thrifting, what you're out. So I don't know, different brands. Some people are against like the mall brands like Ann Taylor. They'll see stuff and they'll be like, I won't pick it up. But I mean, just because they won't doesn't mean that you can't. So Dale sells Ann Taylor. I've sold Ann Taylor things like the mall brand stuff and they do good. So I could just say you can just go by you. You can't go by anybody else. So what may work good for somebody may not work for somebody else. So just keep that in mind when you go thrifting. Keep that in mind. Like, you know, if you see something that you like, pick it up. It might sit in your closet. It may not. You never know. So check out what's on trend. Do your research. See what you like. And that's what I can say is that's what I pick up. What I like, what I've researched. I've learned so many different new brands though. That's the crazy part. Like when you're in these groups, these reselling groups, which I'm part of like several reselling groups, and also I'm an admin for this one for plus size resellers. It's called Plush and Posh. Check us out on Facebook. We like to be involved and yeah, like I love that. So I'm in different groups, so I've learned so many different things about different brands. Like they're called BOLO. There's the BOLO list, like, and that means be on the lookout. So be on the lookout for different brands that I would have never known what those were. So I sent that to Dale. I was like, Dale, be on the lookout. Like he told me that he saw a Johnny Was dress. Now I never found a Johnny Was anything. And Dale said that he had saw a Johnny Was, but he didn't think anything of it. Like, what? That was a Johnny Was. We could have got that. We could have thrifted that. We could have flipped it. But like you never know. Like when you're out there, like do your research. Like check out what brands are unique, what brands are unusual, what brands have you not heard of that are selling good. You never know. You just gotta put in some time. That's what this reselling life is. You gotta put that time in. And by that, that's research, that's doing things, that's constantly trying to evolve and learn and grow and do all that. But you can get there. I'm telling you, like, if I can do it, you can do it. So I don't want this video to be a discouragement. I want it to be like an empowerment, like, yeah, this is what you're gonna do. But also know what you put in is what you're gonna get out of it. So if you want to do this like at your leisure, you might make a couple sales at a leisure. If you want to make some cash and do this and that, one thing I've learned, my number one tip I give to anybody about Poshmark is patience. That is going to be your number one thing that you need to know. Patience is key on dealing with Poshmark, because there's going to be days where there's going to be weeks, there might be months where you won't sell like anything. You may sell a couple things, but don't let that discourage you. Keep on sourcing, keep on listing, and eventually you're going to make those sales. So don't get discouraged. Have patience. You can do it. Do your research and everything's going to be good. So I've talked for almost 30 minutes, which I guess I'm getting better at having longer videos. I don't know if you guys even watched the whole thing, but hopefully you watched this. This is a question and answer. So make sure to check out my other videos that are down here. I've got some good, my journey of reselling. And again, this is just my journey, what I found works for me. They're in my channel, so I got some good tips on there, and I've learned along the way. Like, it did not come easy. Like, nobody mentored me, nobody helped me along the way. I just did it and figured it out along the way. Some good days, some very bad days. Like, the bad days is when you get those cases opened up. Oh, those are like the first time I got a case opened up against me, I was so hurt. Like, wow, are you kidding me? Like, I did all this hard work and I got the case opened up against me. That's a rough time, like, to be like, wow. And then you just learn, just let it go off your back. Like, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Like, you know, if somebody wasn't happy, you know, you got to try harder. For, like, not to say if there was a stained shirt, you didn't see the stain. You're just going to have to look over things better and make sure that you send out good items. And another thing that hurt the worst was when I did not get a 5-star rating. My first, like, 4-star rating. I was like, why? Like, it was like no explanation. It was like 4-star. And I was like, what did I do wrong? And then now, sometimes, like, I got like a 2-star or 1-star because something didn't fit, and I had the measurements on something on the item and it didn't fit this person particularly, so they gave me like a 1-star, and I was like, okay, I'm sorry, you know. And I just try to respond. I just want to block them sometimes. I want to block them like, Urgh. But then I'm just like, you know what? No, I'm going to respond. I'm sorry that you did not have a 5-star experience. Hopefully next time we can have a 5-star experience. So, you know, even though, like, it's like, why? It's not my fault that something didn't fit you. I put the measurements on there. You're not going to please everybody all the time. So, you know, once you get to that, you don't take anything personal. You let it roll off back. You do what you can do. You provide, like, a great product, you know, great descriptions. You do your part. Then don't worry about the rest. As long as you know that you did your part, hey, you know, you can't please everybody all the time. And maybe they had buyer's remorse. You know, that happens. I do that. I'll go shopping and I'm like, why did I spend money on that? Why did I do that? Like, that was money I could have bought something else with. You get buyer's remorse sometimes. So don't take it personal. You know, we're human. We all make mistakes. Don't take it personal. So that's another tip too. That wasn't a question, but that was free. Don't take it personal. When you're reselling, don't take anything personal. Just, you know, learn and grow from that experience. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go in the house, upload this video. I'm going to package up my items I have, and then I'm gonna go to work and have a great day because it's Friday. Just got paid. Hey, it's payday. Hey. Why? I'm such a dork. You guys know I'm such a dork. If you're part of the Pompey family, what up? Have a good weekend. I'm not gonna go thrifting this weekend because I am so busy. Normally I thrift like every weekend, but tomorrow, another side hustle I do is photography. You guys didn't know that about me. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But I do it for select people that, very select people. I've done weddings, senior pictures. So tomorrow I have senior pictures to a family that I really love. I did their wedding, and it's like an honor when people, like, I don't know, it's like you're part of their family. So I'm doing senior pictures tomorrow, and then my best friend, her parents are having a fall thing at their house. So we're gonna go to that. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy weekend. Sophie's getting her hair did today. She's gonna get her hair did. So she's excited about that. I'm going to lunch with my coworkers. It's gonna be like a good busy weekend. And maybe like tonight when I get home, maybe we'll just go out to dinner. Me and my hubby and Sophia, we'll just go out somewhere. So I've done enough talking for the day. Happy Friday. Hopefully my questions and the question and answers helped. If you have any more questions, drop them below. I like to do another video. I'm about helping somebody else. And I know some people charge. Like, I see these different courses, these classes. Maybe I need to charge y'all some money. So Cash App me. Or PayPal me. I don't even know my Cash App name. I download it only when somebody's gonna send me some money. So I don't know. I'm just messing. If you want to Cash App me, hey, let me know. This is some free advice, but if you want to give me a tip, I will receive it. But happy Friday. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk with you on the next video. Maybe we'll do a vlog. Who knows? Let me know what you want to see. Holla back. Bye.